Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Well, I think we're going to get started and then people will arrive. You can upload files in now, so many types of files and even like query with DuckDB, some data files that you can upload now. So I'm going to let Christophe share the screen and show you the feature he developed.
Hey, everyone. So I'm going to share my screen. You tell me if the screen sharing is not working well because I'm I don't have like the best internet in town. So let me share it. Do you see my screen? I guess you see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. We added in now a few, I think it was like months ago, we added the capabilities to upload images, but more recently, we added the capabilities to upload all kind of data files. So whatever data files we are in the data ecosystem mostly using, we want to support it in now. And so we added these capabilities. But these capabilities added a lot of different features. So I'm gonna do like a world tour of all the features that we developed and recently released. Just to give you a small nudge on the documentation, you can configure this. It's more like you can disable because by default it's activated. It's considered like local, so the file have to be uploaded somewhere. And by default, they are uploaded in the Docker image that you launch for now. You can decide to put the data in S3. I will just demonstrate this after. But if you don't want users to upload any file to now, you can also disable it with this variable saying like no storage backend equal none. And if you just say this, any user will not be it will not be allowed to upload any file. So yeah, that's just like to start. Everything is controlled with this on variable. Also, the second on variable that is interesting is you can also control the max file size that will be uploaded to now. So by default, it's 10 megabytes, but you can change it as you want. So to give you like the proper tour of it, I'm on now internal instance, and here in the plus, I can do attach file. Previously, it was attach upload an image, I think, and now we change it to attach file. And here I can then push a file and ask now to do whatever with it. So I will just do it first with, for instance, an image, just to show you that it's still working. I don't know, I will maybe send this image here and say what this is, just to give you like a first example with an image. So here it works with an image. It understood what's in the image. The way it works actually is pretty simple. It uses the provider image understanding capabilities. So here I'm using OpenAI, so it's using the internal OpenAI images capabilities. If I was using Anthropic, it would be using the Anthropic one. For other kind of providers like open source ones, I'm not sure it works. I guess the model has to be multimodal. And if you click here, you can see like the image. So that's how it works for the images. Let's move to something a bit different, like a data file. So for instance, imagine I have a CSV. So for instance, like a CSV with, this is a small example with some names and prices. Here I have like Apple that costs 2. I have a here that costs 3, whatever, something like this. I save this file here. I say like fruits.csv. Okay, I have 1. And then I go in now, I create like a new instance of this, and I'm looking for fruits. Oh, no, it's in download fruits.csv. So I'm opening this file. And here I'm saying sum all the prices. And the cool thing that we just added is that now will be able directly to take the data in this CSV and do a query on top of it. So here we got like the sum of all the prices in fruits. We see here directly a preview of the file that we have uploaded. So here I have like the file that I've just created here that has been parsed and can be shown in the UI. And here I have a SQL query on top of the file. And the cool thing is that we use internal in-memory DuckDB engine to do this. So it's like available to everyone. It doesn't even use the warehouse that you have. It uses within our DuckDB engine to do like the query. So here what it does like a sum on the price. It reads the CSV using the read CSV method on DuckDB on the file. And here what you can see is that there is a path that is named home upload at the date of today with the fruit.csv file. And here it does this. The reason we decided to do this way, it's because we wanted the agents to have some kind of file system in which the agent can look at the files that have been uploaded there and do stuff. So for instance, if I ask the agents to list what I have in my home folder, I will see that I have a few files. So yeah, list everything. So here, I have one file that has been uploaded here in this folder. So this is the file structure in this home folder. And the way we decided to develop this feature is that every now user have a specific /home folder in which the agent can read files, but also write files. So for instance, here I can say out of the sum query, write a file in the /home for me to download. So here I'm asking the agent from like this first CSV to create another CSV that I will then download because the agent did like the full analysis and so on. So here I get like the file, I get the total price 5, which is like obviously like the sum of all the prices, and I can download this, and I get my file here. This is the new capabilities that we have added to now, and it works well with CSVs, works with Excels, works also with PDFs. So yeah, this is a cool thing. The other thing that we can do is, can you, I'm not sure it will work well, but I will do it another way. I will create like another CSV. For instance, let's say we have spent a few dollars getting new stars on GitHub. So let's say date, dollars spent, and I say, okay, we are in 2026 in August, and for instance, like,
by the way.
yeah, we don't do that, but let's imagine we do this.
That's a very bad example.
We spent $25 yesterday, and on the 17th, we spent $10, and then we spent $19 here, and so we have like this dollars GitHub, let's say this way. And now I want to join this because, you know, like the marketing always send me like the budget spent for marketing actions by a CSV. And I need to join this with like the data in the warehouse. So what I can do is I can attach this file to GitHub and say, join this file with our GitHub stars and show a chart. I should have said GitHub stars count, but I guess you will understand. And here, what we got, if we look at the query, So first, it looked at the data on GitHub. And here, if we look at the query here, we have first a query on the warehouse. So here it uses like the table in our data warehouse, which is BigQuery. And here in the second query, it uses the result from this query and join it with the CSV that we just uploaded. And then we are able like to do like a chart with data that comes from a CSV and the data that comes from the warehouse. And the cool thing is that the CSV data never reach the warehouse, so it doesn't add any cost or whatever. Everything stays in our internals DuckDB. So yeah, that's I think I've done like a tour of this. Any question before I just finish like the tour?
I have many questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
So maybe on the last thing you showed, does it work if you have two databases and you want to cross-query these two databases?
Yes. So in this case, if you have like two databases, what it will do, instead of doing like this read CSV on a file that is on the permanent storage, it will do a join between a query ID that is on the first databases and a query ID that is on the second. So what you do is like you do a query on the first databases, a query on the second databases. It creates temporary results, and we join these two temporary results to just like have everything on the same data set, in the same data set.
Okay. And follow-up question to that is, so you showed there is like an environment variable to activate the storage, but is the DuckDB engine native, or should the users like activate it in some way?
Yeah, so the storage by default is activated. So you have like a variable to deactivate it because we decided like to activate it by default. And the engine is also by default activated. So if I do this, I can say, can you run select 42 in the DuckDB internal database? And this is, no, actually it's not DuckDB internal, I think it's DuckDB local. Yeah, it's DuckDB local, it corrects me. But that's how it's named, and yeah, that's how it is. So by default, it's activated. I don't know why it did it twice. Oh, because it showed me the result. But yeah, by default, it's activated, this engine, and you cannot deactivate it. If some people wants to deactivate it, we can add a variable for this.
But so for people with already set up, yeah, this variable is going to be added by default to true.
Yes, and to local. So this is like one setting that is a bit specific. So here, for instance, in this now deploy, if I restart the server, I will lose my files because the way we deploy this now instance is that there is no permanent volume where we keep the storage attached to the container. If in your case you want the files to stay more permanent and like resist restart of containers or restart of pods in Kubernetes, or if you have like multiple pods and you want to share the storage between all the pods or all the containers, you will need to have some kind of permanent storage. So you can either use a permanent volume in Docker or in Kubernetes and mount the volume to the path that you decide to give here. So by default, the now storage local path is ./storage in the app. And so you have to put the permanent storage here. And if you have any question, you can reach out on Slack. I can help as well. But you can also use S3, and with S3, you give a bucket, you give a prefix on the bucket. And when I say S3, it's like S3 compatible systems. And you give a path on the S3 bucket, and data will be uploaded there. If I give you just an example with S3, so for instance, here, it's my local instance. If I upload a file, so for instance, here, I'm going to apply the $GitHub, for instance, and say what's this? And I go on this bucket here, I will have like the dollars GitHub that have been uploaded somewhere. Where is it? Hmm. Ah, it's here. No, it's not here. Hmm. I don't remember the setup. Where do I have all this?
There's many folders.
Yeah, but it's like a.
But you search it?
I think it's somewhere here because it's really like. Okay, so it's somewhere here because so the way we decided like to structure the folder is you have project, you have the project ID, then you have you have the user ID, and then in the user ID you have the folder upload for the uploads. So I think it's gonna be here. No, it's not today, so I think it's elsewhere. But anyway, it goes inside the S3, so it like survive research. And here we can see the file. Yeah. And also the cool thing for the admin is that you can go here on storage. We added a new page where you can see the setup. You can see how many files have been uploaded by how many users, the size it occupied, and all the setup that is here. Yeah.
And maybe to be more clear on like the persistence of file, if you go back to Moon instance, like the one where you put the fruit CSV,
Yeah.
if you start a new conversation and ask about fruits, it's going to find the data, right?
Yeah. So if I say, what's the sum of fruits price? So I think you will not find anything in the
Yeah, because the context is...
search for it. Yeah, because the context is like something that is not related. So it should do like a grep. It did a grep of fruit on the two files that we just uploaded, and
Okay.
then it does stuff. And one of the things that we can unlock for this that we will work on is the capabilities to let the agent write some stuff for every users in like full autonomy stuff. This is stuff that we are researching at the moment.
And so Laetitia in the chat asked the question, which is, can the files be shared with other now users? For now, this is just personal, right?
Yeah, for the moment, it's like isolated between all users, but this is one of the next steps. The thing is, for the share part, one of the thing that we have to research is how do we do it like cleanly. I think one of the things that we can do is like having a shared path in which the agent can put stuff there. So every agent of every user can look at the shared path. But yeah, curious to if you want like this kind of feature, this is stuff that we can chat about because yeah, let's do it the right way.
Thank you.
And I think there's another question by Adrien. Is your now instance storage for this kind of file set up with S3 or in the volume of the container right now?
So currently, like on this instance, like the one that is called Moon, it's only in Docker, and we don't have like a permanent Docker volume because this is just the way it has been set up. I think we will change it to a permanent Docker volume instead of S3. One of the reason is it's better to have files locally. And because on instance, we have only one container, we don't have like multiple container. We don't need like S3 or stuff like this. But yeah, it depends of everyone has a different setup. So that's why we decided to support S3 and local. If I can give a recommendation, I think local is better in terms of performances because with local, you can do like this kind of stuff, which is a grep. If this file was on S3, the grep would not be possible. This one is not a grep, but this one is a grep. Yeah, on S3, grep would not be possible. So because this is how S3 is done. You cannot do a grep on S3. Yeah. And also one cool thing that I didn't show in terms of just internal, if there are any other questions you can ask them. But for instance, if you do a markdown file, so let's say I say, hello, please speak to me in French, and I name this french.md. Okay, save. I just upload this file like this. It's not something that you have to do, but what is this? So here I can see like the markdown, and the thing that is interesting is the French markdown will be red, and this is the same for PDF. If you upload PDF, the PDF will be converted. So let's say, do we have like an interesting PDF that will not leak anything? So for instance, sorry. Oh yeah, the agentic playbook.
Very interesting.
Where is the playbook that added? I think I will find it somewhere. I have like a lot of files, sorry. Where is the playbook? I will download the playbook. Oh, it doesn't go first. So to get the playbook, you can put an email here. So for instance, hello@getnow.io. Yes, I want to receive the Now newsletter. Give me the playbook. Oh yeah, but I have a bad internet and the playbook is like 10 megabytes. Okay, cool. So I get the playbook. Yeah, I'm gonna replace. And here,
it's still going to be.
sorry. Oh yeah, agentic playbook. Can you find it? Agentic book. Okay, give me 1 sec. I'm gonna find it. Why can't I find it? Because date added. Any other question in the meantime?
I think maybe something you haven't shown yet is the consequence on the Python sandbox. Like
Oh
the
yeah.
fact that, yes, the fact that now the result of a Python sandbox can also be used as a data input to like do charts and these kind of things.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Oh, agentic playbook is over the 10 megabyte limit.
Ah, all this for this.
But in local it works. So I'm gonna show it local. But because it's on S3, it takes a bit of time to upload it. Okay. And here I can say, I don't know, but how many times do we mention context in this PDF? And the way it works when it's a PDF, so you can also like see an overview of the PDF. My internet is not super great, so I think the preview gonna lag. I'm gonna close it. But here, the way it works is this PDF is converted on the fly in not a markdown, but a text file that the agent can work on. And so here, okay, it tries to do it in SQL. Don't know if it works. I guess it is.
Interesting.
Doesn't. Yeah, gonna have a few issues. But yeah, that's how it works. I should have taken like a smaller PDF. I don't know, for instance, if I take, do we have another PDF that we can use?
It worked.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it did something like in DuckDB, so I read blob, but the output is 5. But yeah, that's what it can do. There are some, for sure, there are some limitation. If you encounter some, tell us, we're gonna improve it. And when it comes to to the the sandboxes, for instance, what I can do is, let's say I'm gonna go on DataGoo. I'm gonna take like, I don't know, like a data set, whatever. Um, whatever. Should I take this? I'm gonna take one that we are seeing a lot of time, which is the files of names in French. So I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna say using this data set of names, do an analysis using sandboxes and give me a file as output that I can share to my boss. So here, what it should do is it should download the file, either using the web search or using the sandbox. Here we use the sandbox. And so the file will be downloaded in the sandbox. Then it will do like some pandas analysis. And then at the end, it will generate a file that I will get access to outside of the sandbox. And everything ran on the now instance. So if you have your own now instance, it costs you nothing in terms of. So there are issues with sandboxes depending on how you deploy now, but we're gonna work on this. But like the runtime cost is your now instance. The thing, I don't know how long it will take. And here, so the word context is mentioned at least 70 times. Cool.
That's not surprising. I thought you would ask how many times now
Oh,
is mentioned.
but also the thing is, this PDF is way too long to fit in the context, so it has been truncated to the agent. Though when the SQL is running, it looks at the whole file. So the agent only see a small part of the file to not explode the context window, but all the tools are seeing everything. And when you look at it, even it's like a large file, in the end, we only consume like 35K in the context window, which is quite small. I think if you do this with like other tools, it's gonna be way higher. So yeah, it's doing some stuff. I don't know what it is.
Maybe
Any
we
other?
should have been more precise on the analysis. You want
Yeah.
it's doing a full analysis of every first name.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe any questions while this is running, or other topics you want to ask questions on. Otherwise, maybe Christophe, maybe you can quickly show like on the replay the new costs for token that we added.
Yes.
It's a small thing, but
So we just change slightly the data in this page, where here you can see now the token consumption in terms of uncached and cached token. Yeah, you can see per conversation if the conversation has been cached or not. Yeah, you can see that when using the MCP, it's not super well cached, but I guess it's like, yeah, I don't know when. But yeah, you can see the split here, and you can see also the cost per conversation in terms of dollars. Here I'm just looking at Claire's conversation, but we can look at everything. Yeah. And for people that doesn't know, here you can also see like the costs in terms of token, but also in terms of dollars. Here it's like per month, but yeah, you can get it per day or per hour. Yeah.
Any progress?
Okay. Oh, it
Still,
failed, but yeah, it will take a bit of time, I guess. And I don't know if we look at the small stuff that we released in the last. Oh yeah, there is something that we released that might interest you or not, but we released the Helm chart for people using Kubernetes. We have this first official Helm chart that you can use to deploy now directly on Kubernetes. If you use it, please provide feedbacks. I think we're going to improve it in the next month. And then what big stuff did we change? I think for people, if you are interested in Okta, we added like a lot of new features in the Okta integration. Now you can directly log in from the Okta page into Now. You can map the Okta groups to Now roles. So you can directly in Okta say, this is an admin, and so the role will be inherited in Now. I think that's the last big. Yeah, we have like a lot of small features and small fixes, but yeah, this is the big stuff that we released recently. You can have a look at the repo in the release page to see everything. Did it finish? Oh, yes. And so here I have a boss ready executive PDF that I can have a look at. There are small issues with the images, I guess, but
yes.
maybe it's the preview elimination, but it's quite good, to be honest. Document boss names. Yeah, the images are not very good, but I think I can fix it pretty easily if I want. But this is cool. And I have also like a file that is just an Excel. And here it's an Excel, and I have like the sheets, every sheets of my Excel file here. And I can see the stuff that is inside. Yeah. We're gonna support also Google Sheets soon. It's not yet supported, but this is something that we have in our roadmap.
Cool. Well, I think we did all the demos we had for today. Don't know if there are any remaining questions. Well, I think then that's all for today. And next week, Christoph and I are going to Copenhagen for a meetup there. So I don't see any Danish people here in the meeting today, but we'll be there. And then many meetups to come also in September and October. Cool. Well, thanks everyone, and see you in 2 weeks then.